we got a lot to talk about. I'm talking a lot to talk about. And if you outgrown abuse and you see the growth within you, or you don't see the growth within you, I have so many keys, so many steps. But if that's the type of content you want to see, you want to hear, let me know. But I really got something that I want y'all to see, right? And it's something that's been trending for whatever reason, which he shouldn't even got no type of attention for this. But guys, I want you to see this, okay? I'm gonna first show you a picture of who the person I'm talking about is, and then I'm gonna give my commentary afterward, and then we're gonna talk about it down below in the comments, okay?
Welcome to the top floor of my 4-story mansion in Honolulu, Hawaii on New Year's Eve 2025. And you know why I know that my Americanized Filipino wife is not gonna leave me?
What?
Okay, you guys, what's up? I don't never normally do a reaction, but I had to say something because I'm not gonna hold it to you. This literally boiled under my skin, and I might have to do part 1, part 2, part 3, depending upon how I feel about the situation, okay? This video, if y'all go back and read it, was the most disrespectful, narcissistic, egotistical, misogynistic, downright utter dehumanizing, demoralizing, like maybe I said selfish too many times, but like, yo, this was beyond just freaking, man. All right, so boom. So there's this video, right, that's circulating on TikTok, and now it's circulating on YouTube, where this husband, his name is called Chad to Dad, he gets online and he's trying to expose the fact that his Filipino wife was trying to leave him with already 2 to 3 kids now and currently pregnant as we speak, right? So he literally out of his mouth on New Year's said that I know that the reason why she's not gonna leave me is because she's pregnant. Now a backstory is basically they were together for at least 2 to 3 years. She got really close with the ex-wife that he was with prior to her, and every time, you know, her parents would come over, he was just like very disrespectful and always trying to throw in her face that he paid for this, he paid for that. And instead of obviously going online and admitting to the truth, he tried to make this full video in so many different parts to say that she was unappreciative, she was ungrateful, she's, you know, she only used him, like he, you know, she was a gold digger, and you know that basically she only used him to get a green card, right? So we ended up, mind you, he's not going into details, he's just showing all these trips that had been taken, and you know, basically 3 days, 4 days after they went, you know, to Disney World, you know, then she just decided to up and be done with it. So we go and we do a follow-up video because, mind you, his video made 2 million, and so then we followed up on her page is doing 2.3 million as well. So then she begins to divulge and explain that the whole course of their relationship, he was being very disrespectful to her parents, and she was confiding in the ex-wife because they were very close, obviously, because the fact that they, you know, all shared kids together, and so, you know, they're just very close. Well, come to find out, the ex-wife was the one that paid for their trip, right? And she was kind of like paying for a lot. So this wasn't the first time that he actually disrespected his current wife now, but he literally went on live and, you know, basically tried to out her. Well, by the time she got done posting the video, you know, then he was like, oh, well, wow, I didn't realize that, you know, my video was gonna uproot a lot of people's feathers. So clearly, when you hear his now side of the story versus when we first heard it, now you hear he did all of that to try to get some attention, right? But the fact that he opened up his mouth, okay, and says that, oh, she's only gonna stay with him because because she's pregnant, like, that is the most dehumanizing thing to say. And I'm very glad that she had enough self-respect to not only walk away but take her kids too, and to not be in a situation, or allow herself to further get in a situation to where she just could not leave and she was stuck in it for years. Because there's a lot of people that will get mad at battered women who stay in abusive situations, and they'll be like, oh, why didn't you get out of it when you had the chance? Oh, why did you ignore red flags? Well, there are some situations where women genuinely cannot get out. There are times where there are females that have gone and pulled out a restraining order, and the restraining order, even though it was granted, it doesn't save you from a bullet, and it doesn't save you from being stopped, right? So at the end of the day, I'm glad that even though, you know, she didn't have any money, like, she didn't use that as an excuse to get out. You know what I mean? Because obviously once you start verbally abusing somebody, emotionally abusing somebody, financially abusing somebody, eventually it can get physical. You know what I mean? And, you know, it kind of seemed like he was in that situation where he would give her something, and then when he'd get mad at her, he would take it away. You know what I mean? So if you guys go look up Chad 2 Dad and scroll to the video where he's talking about what happened on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and then his following video where he posted like he looked completely terrible, to where he realized, oh dang, just because she's having my baby, she still left me. And so I think he thought that by using things over her head, it was gonna guilt her into staying. Nope. And I am super duper proud of her, because baby, when I tell you, when I seen that video, I don't even know why I sat there and watched it, but it boiled my skin 1000%, y'all. And I hope that anybody that's in a situation where you're not valued, you're not respected, you're in a situation where it's either do or die, or it's either his way or the highway, or it's either his way or the box, or you're in a situation to where you're no longer yourself, you're no longer mentally healthy, you're no longer emotionally, physically happy, or you're not in a safe place to even be able to raise your children. See, this is why mothers crash and burn out, because of the type of games that these people play, right? And so then he finally goes back a third time and goes online to be like, oh, you know, and I'm pretty sure that when he said it, he was being very sarcastic, because he was like, oh, I guess, you know, I'm just coming on here to let the world know that I am a narcissistic, you know, sarcasm and you know, selfish person. And, you know, he's like, no, it's just the fact that you only see the bad, you don't see the good, you don't see the love that we have. Well, baby, you didn't want us to see the love. You tried to paint yourself as the victim, and like you were just being done so wrong. You were just a hard-working man, and then you just got treated poorly, and that she was just being ungrateful, unappreciative, and like you literally went on social media not only to call yourself exposing her, but putting her in a situation to where she could possibly be torn down and trolled by a lot of people. Out of respect, she didn't put you guys' business online, you put her business online. And then when you put her business online, you didn't even tell the truth, okay? And then you didn't even keep it sacred, because if you truly valued doing what was right, you would have went to counseling, not coming on here to, you know, disrespect her. One, as a Philippine, as if being a Philippine or a certain race, nationality or creed mattered, okay? Just because now you sounding racist, okay? Racist and sexist, because it doesn't matter whether or not she was black, Asian, Korean, Vietnamese, you know, Indian. It don't matter. It don't matter if she was albino, okay? It don't matter if she was translucent. It's the principle. You took it upon yourself to try, you attempted to try and humiliate her, and you ended up looking stupid in the end. But I guess you're okay with that, because as long as it got views, and as long as you ruffled a few feathers to where you got attention, to where they would come back and have some type of sympathy, which they don't. Now we can clearly see why she left. And I would have did the same thing too. Y'all watch the video. It's called Chad 2 Dad, y'all.